shoulders seized up a bit, flaring up my neck. And it hurts to carry the pack after an hour, which isn't good. I need to be doing my exercises. Freedom and the movement of it, and the predictability, like whatever else has gone to shit, you know the tide's either going to be going in or going out. A little bit of a zap down my arm near the top. My name's Gail Muller, and I'm hopefully hiking the Appalachian Trail this year, which is 2,200 miles through 14 states of America, from Maine down to Georgia, which is a huge deal for anyone to do, but for me to do after 15 to 20 years of chronic pain and being told that maybe I wouldn't be able to walk again, is hopefully going to be incredible and really hard though. Nip nap.
Try the other side.
So frustrating though. It never made my body work like other people.
That's okay, we can regress this anyway, so it's fun.
At its very worst, the pain was horrific. So I would say that I tried to find many ways to describe how the pain was. It was electrifying pain, while at the same time being deep bone pain. This bit that hurts.
Let's pull your abdominals in. So it pulls me a little more.
Well, which what felt like bone pain.
Yeah. Can't take that much weight on that, and that's the good side that has no pain. That's just so weak.
So the description I gave to somebody recently, which is quite graphic and horrible, is to imagine that there's a body that's been in a lake and it's swollen because it's a dead body, and that it's really puffed up. It was swollen to the point of bursting the skin all the way through the right hand side of my body, but then it was as if someone was putting a constant electric shock through it too. So it would go through my face, through my fingers, down my legs, like sciatica, but full electric current down the right hand side of my body. And it hurt to move, to breathe in. Couldn't have clothing touching my waistband, my shoulder.
It's not nice to see your child in distress, and when her pain was really, really bad, my main feeling was absolute and complete helplessness.
Do you want to play? Do you want to have a go?
I've got some concerns about the amount of training that Gail's put in, and I think this Wales weekend could really stir up some of my questions about whether she spent enough time training, enough time camping, and enough time preparing. And who knows whether her back and her shoulder is going to be able to sustain a weekend of full-on training, and she hasn't really put herself in that situation yet, and that's a concern for me and a worry for me. And if something does flare up in Wales and she isn't able to start the trail, I think that's going to be a really, really difficult place for her to manage mentally, and I think that could be one of the biggest challenges she's had to face yet.
So my chock-a-block lifestyle is meaning I'm not sleeping as much and I'm stressing. And when I'm not sleeping and I'm stressing, my pain levels are worse. And when my pain levels are worse, it means that I'm more likely to hold myself in certain old pain patterns, which leaves me vulnerable to extra injury. So at the very time that I'm trying to train more, my body is in a place where it's in torsion and stressed, and I really shouldn't be training, but I've got this cleft stick of I've got to do both at the time that it's the worst to do it. So I need to take some things out of my schedule, but I don't know how to. So I don't know how that's going to work out, especially squeezing this coming Wales weekend in when I'm really stressed, haven't packed for it, not prepared for it, know that I should be prepared for it, and it's irresponsible. This weekend is going to be the first time where I'm going to face all of the elements together in a perfect storm that's going to show me who I am. And to be honest, going to be make or break.
That we're going to go up the Nanker Ridge. The Nanker Ridge is unbelievable.
I thought the handheld ones were where it's at.
The thing is with me there, if I'm using a bug, if I'm using one of these bugs, why would you have it open?
Yeah, I struggled really hard mentally with dealing with the chronic pain, because I'm a resilient human being. I'm a really resilient person, and I'm known as being really positive. And it's really hard living a lie because I wasn't very positive inside. I got to the point of suicide, and I thought that there wasn't going to be. I thought that I was never going to reclaim the positivity of my life. Sorry. I thought I was never going to be able to join in with people again, and I thought I would never be able to be honest with people again about who I was. And I felt very weak and useless, and I've always been productive, and it's always been very important to be productive. And I couldn't really tell my friends how bad it was, because that would change how they saw me. I wouldn't be Gail who could do stuff and was up for things. So I either had to disappear completely and not speak to many of my friends for a while, or I had to tell them and then risk being framed as a different person, a different category of person. So I found that really hard.
An Italian dish, what would they say?
Spaghetti bolognese?
Yeah. What's slang for spaghetti bolognese? Spag bol, this is sphagnum moss. So you remember sphagnum moss. It's got antiseptic properties. And it holds 20 times its volume of water. This.
You could, what? My ankles are in loads of pain every step, because these are the only boots that I had, so I thought I'd try boots. And they're old, and I never really wore boots, so every time they move, they're really hard on the sides and cheap crap boots. So they're bruising my ankles all around from every direction every time my ankle moves.
I'll tell you when we stop in a minute.
Okay.
That's it, don't go anymore. Because if there's anybody listening, they'll be going, shit. How many whistles for an emergency?
3. The place where I have most of my pain is through my sacroiliac joint, my piriformis, and through my right side of my hips. So when it flares up, what it does is it locks itself out of joint, because it's all so lax and loose, and all the signals from my brain are so messed up from so many years of pain that any pressure going through my right leg, as in going up a step, will cause it to whomp with a massive burst of pain. And of course, if that starts to trigger, that's going to be every second step I take. So I've dealt with that a lot, but maybe with rests in between. Finding this really hard because the constant pushing up off my right leg, my sacroiliac joint has locked up, and it means that every time I put pressure through the right leg, it is excruciatingly painful, and I have to keep stopping, and I'm getting really mad at myself for stopping, but I can't do anything but stop. And if I release it by coming forwards, it flares up so badly. I just have to sit through it.
Non-achieving, I think, would be her greatest fear, but she will achieve.
Tell where the wind comes from generally as well.
Oh, don't go in and drop your... I will.
And well done. It's been really good.
Thank you. I think my weekend in Wales on reflection showed me I've got more mental resilience than I even believed I had. So I know I can manage my pain with stretching. I'm feeling much more confident about my skill set, and I finally camped by myself, which was one of the biggest hurdles that I was going to have to overcome, the fear of that. And I did it, and it was okay. So I'm finally going to take on my dream that I've had since I was 20, reading Bill Bryson's A Walk in the Woods, sitting on that train. I'm going to walk the Appalachian Trail by myself this year.